All right, court is calling 2026 CR 002-654 State versus Raimundo Gonzalez Jr. Can I have parties announced?
Brandon Prater for the state.
Renee Munoz on behalf of Mr. Gonzalez.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
That is correct, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Gonzalez, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
State proceeding as presented.
Yes, Judge, we are.
Mr. Gonzalez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, he is.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor. That's correct.
Mr. Gonzalez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand? Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, this looks like 149 days. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 149 days under 1244. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense and state?
It is, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the document? I'm sorry, did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph?
Ma'am.
Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
State, any evidence?
Judge, we have stakes are number 1, including all patents.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will sentence you to 149 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it
Yes,
and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're going to have to start doing better choices, right? There are plenty of places that can help you with any type of drug addiction you may have. But if you don't reach out for the help, it's not going to be available, okay?
I understand, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck
Your
to
Honor,
you.
well, one request from
Yes.
defense counsel. He does have 149 days credit, Your Honor. We're asking that the court to make a finding that the judgment's satisfied in this case.
All right, the court will find that the judgment is satisfied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Good morning, David.
Hello, hi, morning. So today is plea deadline?
Yes,
day?
Your Honor, today's our plea deadline date. We would have to request some additional time, Your Honor. We recently got a new offer.
Okay,
So I need some additional time for Ms. Williams to consider the offer and work on some mitigation and hopefully get this worked out in the next 30 days.
all right. How old are you? 17? All right, Norma, set this for mid-June. This is the final plea
Okay.
deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Thank you.
I can do,
That'll work, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's next?
it's, Ruby de la Cruz, it's 2, 1 down.
Dela Cruz? Okay, I still don't have the email.
Okay, I'll send it over.
All right, thank you.
Judge, on Ms. De La Cruz, we're set for discovery. I just conferred with the state and it looks like we're still missing a couple of items. I gave them a USB. And then she has 2 cases pending.
Mhm.
And on the other case, it does also look like I'm missing a surveillance.
Okay. All right, Norma, give me a reset date. This is your final discovery date, 45 days.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know what you were handing me. Thank you.
You're welcome. This case,
Your Honor, Mr. Diaz has been evaluated twice
mhm,
by 2 different psychologists, one in Bear County for Bear County and one in Kerrville for Medina County.
Mhm.
Both of them have determined that he's incompetent to stand trial. And we are waiting for his competency to be regained so he can stand trial here and also stand trial in Medina County.
all right, so this needs to be referred to the magistrate's court. Has it been referred to the magistrate's court?
Yes, ma'am, we just came from the magistrate's court. She's the one who,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, because I'm like, he shouldn't be up here then.
well, I agree. I don't know
Uh-huh.
why they
Yeah, I have
put
no
it on
idea.
the docket, but
All
we
right,
are.
so when are you set, next setting in, magistrate's court?
We are not, Judge.
Okay,
To my knowledge, the only setting I've had since magistrate court is with you.
okay,
Judge, if I may.
Yeah.
I believe that when he's found incompetent, I came from the magistrate's court. When he's found incompetent, he needs to be restored to competency.
No, I understand that. My thing is, usually there's a date, because when somebody's found incompetent, you can't just put somebody in limbo. They have to have hearings. And I believe it's 120 days in some instances, in some days it's 90.
So
So
go down and
there
check.
should be a setting. No, I mean, that's fine. What I'm gonna do, Norma, recall this in 120 days.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, September 1st.
Perfect, Judge.
All right, and if for some reason competency is not restored by that time, just let us know beforehand.
I will.
For some reason, Odyssey is down, so I can't see anything.
Oh,
All
no problem.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's next? All right, are you okay? All right. Court is calling 2026 CR 003-571, State versus Cruz Tovar. Can I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Roberto Vargas for the defendant, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Tovar? Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Tovar, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Tovar, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Tovar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand? Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244 and an $800 fine. Did you understand that to be your plea? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
State offer states one in attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. We respectfully ask that the court will accept the agreement.
All right, this home where you were, is that your mother's home? All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 8 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's an $800 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's to be no contact with Maria Cristina Ramirez without her consent. There's to be no residence. And the court will give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. You're going to have to make better decisions, understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you are released from custody, make sure you get that checked out, because sometimes there's damages behind that, all right?
Say something?
Sure.
What's that?
Mhm.
I'm actually in reds because I was denied the proper treatment.
Mhm.
I went to the hospital,
Mhm.
did X-rays, did MRIs, CAT scans. They whatever they found in those results of those X-rays and scans, wanted to give me liquid morphine and Teradol.
Mhm.
So as he said, they didn't tell me what was wrong, but I know that something had to be wrong for them to give me what they gave me.
Okay.
But that being said, the hospital told me to let this unit know when I started feeling the same symptoms that got me to the hospital in the first place. Yesterday, I tried to do that, and I'm in reds. I just wanted to be known that I'm not getting the proper care that I need, and that's only because they don't want to. And it's not because I'm being disrespectful. You can look up I've never been written up for any disciplinary hearing, nothing like that. respect for all these guards.
Mhm.
And I didn't read because I needed help.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna tell you, the time that you've been, if you're in general population, usually the deputies, I mean, the sheriff's offices will give you 2 for 1. So every day you serve, you'll get credit for 2. Normally, when you're in red, it's day for day time. But what I can tell you, I'm not over how much time they give you outside of the day for day time, okay? But when you're released, you'll need to check that out. And of course, you can file whatever thing you want to file. If you want a civil attorney, you can take care of that on that end, okay? All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Maybe excuse Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
You have a good day.
No.
Backups to what they don't.
All righty, yes.
Okay, Judge, we're set today, as you know. However, we received from the state, thank you, Thursday, a new DNA report.
Okay.
So this, she was just handing me her notes to make
Oh,
sure I didn't,
okay.
make sure I
I thought it
didn't,
was the report.
make sure I didn't forget anything.
Yes.
And then Friday, witness statements from witnesses that met with the DA, I guess Thursday or Friday, that had never been interviewed by police before. So considering the severity of this case, and then also
And we don't have the forensic packet.
the DNA, in addition to the new report, the report itself is dated February, but we got it Thursday. Then also we still don't have the DNA forensic packet. And then the excuse me, the body worn cameras. I'll let Suzanne address the body worn
Yes,
cameras.
The marshals actually arrested Mr. Martinez. We do not have his report and we do not have his body worn camera. Megan is able to get some of that to me today. Now she says that it's similar to what the SAPD body worn camera said, but we don't know that. We've not seen it. We've not read the report. And so, you know,
this is what I want you all to do. I want you all to go in a room or wherever y'all need to go. And whatever is missing, find out when it will be delivered.
Judge, I guess so, because we've already conferred about it. So just so
Okay.
the court is clear on it. So the DNA, there were 3 swabs that were taken from a crime scene.
Mhm.
Okay, so there's 3 different reports. 2 of them were turned over to defense in advance of the last setting that we had in January.
Okay.
During a meeting in preparation for trial this week, on Thursday, when I was meeting with the DNA analyst, he informed me of the existence of this 3rd report. So I received that from him on Thursday and then immediately forwarded it to defense.
Okay,
for
let's do this.
review.
Let's go on the record. So it'll
Okay.
be on the record. All right, the court is,
It should be under 2024 CR 2564, Judge.
okay. 2024 CR 2564 State versus Nathan Martinez. Can I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Suzanne Kramer for Mr. Martinez.
Charles Bunk from Mr. Martinez.
And you, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so off the record, the state was just explaining the DNA, but could you explain it since we're on the record?
Yes, Your Honor. So in this case, there were 3 DNA swabs that were taken under SAPD case number 2318-3729. Those swabs were sent over to the Bexar County Crime Lab. There are 3 different forensic DNA reports associated with those swabs. 2 of the reports were turned over to defense in advance of the last setting that we had in January of 2026. During a trial preparation meeting with the expert witness on Thursday of last week, he informed me that there was an additional report regarding DNA, and he provided that to me on Thursday, and I immediately sent it over to defense counsel for their review.
All right, so with the DNA report on Thursday, you were only made aware of that when?
On Thursday. So the date on that is going to be April 30th of 2026.
Okay. And that's just the one DNA report.
Correct.
All right, and that's only all the DNA reports, is that correct? Just from what she said?
as far as we know, and just for the record, Judge, that DNA report actually did have a date on it of February 26th, but the state, for whatever reason, didn't receive it till the 30th.
And so regarding that, Judge, I believe the reason for that is because technically the swab was taken from a crime scene where the defendant was shot himself and was considered a complainant in that case. And so there was no cooperation in that investigation, so the case was not turned over. There's no case pending with this defendant as a complainant, okay? And so the way that the system works, because it's tagged under that SAPD case number, it would not have come over under the SAPD case number associated with his murder charge.
And Judge, just to respond to that, back when Jason Garahan was still on the case, we had that same issue come up on some other discovery that was discovered within this other case, and then it was turned over. So they were aware that there was some of this discovery applicable to our case that was in the case where he was the complainant on already.
All right. So is there any anticipation, state, that you will be using that DNA report for anything?
Judge, I'm ready for trial today, and if we proceed to trial today, I'm fine with the court expeding that. But if the court does grant the continuance, I would ask for consideration to include it.
Yeah.
So the state is saying they will not be using that DNA.
It's just that one report though, Judge, that was turned over on Thursday, because they've had the other two.
All right. And we'll go through each evidence that you have step by step, but the state is saying that they will not be using that DNA. Is that still going to be an issue for the defense as it relates to that specific DNA? If the state says that that report, that one report, they were not going to be using it.
Well, yes, that's still an issue.
Okay. And then the next evidence.
So then regarding when the defendant was apprehended on his 7 warrants, the U.S. Marshals are the ones that executed those felony warrants. Judge, so when I came on the case, I was able to obtain one body-worn camera from the apprehension. When I spoke with the Marshals about it, they told me that from that apprehension, there was only that one body-worn camera that existed. And so I did turn that over to defense. Now, where the issue lies is that I've been unable to obtain any reports from the U.S. Marshals. Okay, I did issue a subpoena to them, and I did just email them and ask them if anything is in existence, how fast they would be able to get that to me. And they, obviously the court is aware because TUI governs the federal government. They said that they're trying to obtain authorization and get it to me by the end of today.
All right. And then anything else?
And then on Saturday, I was made aware that regarding the crime scene where the defendant was shot, there is one body-worn camera from a sergeant that made the scene, and that was not turned over to me. I was not aware that it existed prior to Saturday. He tried to send me a link so that I could view it and download it. But the link that he sent me, I was unable to access it. So I did email him back and tell me that he needs to get it to me, and I've not received a response from him.
All right. So that's the only discovery?
That's the only discovery that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
All right. So where you say the crime scene where he was shot, is that in any way related to
Yes, Judge.
the what he's on trial for?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right. So this is what I want everyone to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you all come back at 2. And I want to see where you all are with regards to this evidence. And then I'll make a ruling on whatever.
And the other evidence, Judge.
The other evidence?
Well, I led with the fact that we got on Friday, interview notes from the state of interviews they did with witnesses. And those were the first time those witnesses were interviewed.
Okay.
So that's new information to us that our investigator hasn't had a chance, whether or not that we want our investigator to re-interview them, to talk to them, those types of things. And then the forensic DNA packet in its entirety, but that was kind of part of the DNA.
All right, so I'll have you all come back.
Okay,
Yes,
if I could just respond real quickly. So regarding those witness statements, those witnesses did make statements to police officers on the scene. There was nothing that deferred from that. So, but I get what you're saying about if they want to re-interview. And then regarding the DNA package, I received that today and I'm gonna turn it over to them once they provide me a mechanism for that.
okay. All right, so I'll have you all come back at 2.
Okay, Jen,
All right, thank you. All right, and Deputy, all right, Mr. Bach, what is happening with Mr. Lopez?
I believe today's our plea deadline day, Judge.
Yes,
And we have not received a plea that we're willing to accept. So at this point, we're asking the court to move us to the trial docket.
all right, if you will, how long do y'all,
Judge, this one would just guilt innocence. It would be about 3 days.
all right, so Ms. Ferguson. 4-day jury trial setting,
Do the June 23rd.
is that good for you, counsel?
No, I'm out
Okay.
until July the 3rd.
All right. Set it for the second week in July.
Thank you, Judge.
What date?
That's perfect.
All right, we'll be back on July 14th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Downstairs, or you-
Oh, he has a
I'll take
list
it
of
up.
communications, yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. All right. Hello. So you're late. Why are you late?
So this week on my end about the day I work a lot, so I'll just have to.
All right. All right, so where are we on the PTD?
Yes, Your Honor, we signed the PTD application at the last setting. We got the contract back. The client has signed the contract and that was emailed over to the retail diversion department. I believe we're just waiting on her to do her orientation.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PTD date. All right, June 4th, once you sign a reset form, you're excused.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, who's,
On page 5, one down.
and can I have the parties announced for the record?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Bridget Garza for defense.
And are you Mr. Waller?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Waller, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Waller, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Correct.
All right, the charge with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle as a 3rd-degree felony, the range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility. I'm sorry, it's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 years up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? You're gonna have to speak up.
Yes.
All right, if you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state will call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter until, did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Waller, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? That's either yes or no. If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, there's a $1,000 fine, no application for community supervision. The state recommends deferred adjudication. This will run current with 2025 CC 010967. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
State defense?
It is, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution, the driver's safety course, and cognitive thinking course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
And to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence?
State offer states one in attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? This document.
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking the court to follow the recommendation of the ADA. And the state of Texas knows that I'm going to be asking for a reduction in the fine for $1,000. He does have a full-time job and he has 2 minor children that he needs to support. He's also a reservist in the Army. He was not raised or he was not born here in San Antonio. He's from Nashville. And he's resided here for a few years. And so he does support his 2 young daughters that reside here in Texas. So we're asking the court to either probate the full fine and also to reduce the minimum supervisory fees.
All right, so why did this all occur? What's going on in your life at this time?
Well,
And when I say at this time, I mean during the time of the offense.
Tell her what you told me.
well, long story short, moved to Texas, down the west, just my home. That being said, I did not know that the police officer was directly behind me. However, I did see the police officer pretty much waiting on the opposite side of the parking lot. I was in the garage. So when I pulled out, I needed to see someplace out. And so my car got towed before I was having a job license and I didn't want to pick up because it's me who my fiance here. So, and I live not even a mile down the street when I was going to this experience. That being said, I was just trying to go home. And hopefully, my thought process was to put me over from the house and then take it.
And they know about, I mean, they do, are they going to?
Well, my contract is expired. My contract expired this year, 2027. So it depends on how this goes.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. It's going to be $1,000 fine, probated, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs or the patch, 2 years 2 years deferred adjudication, 100 hours community service restitution. 50 hours will be deducted upon completion of parenting classes. The remaining 50 hours will be deducted upon completion of the driver's safety course. Proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 2 months. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? Clean? Okay. Probation, do you believe there's a need for a TAP evaluation? All right. So anything else, probation?
No.
Anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
So I don't know how, because I have to get my birth certificate. After I get my birth certificate, as far as driving goes, I can for those.
I'm sorry, what?
As far as getting like a temporary license, so I won't have to get, so I can actually go to work. Is there anything I can do for that?
Well, what I can tell you, part of the law as it relates to driver's license, it depends on how long you've been in San Antonio as a resident, whether or not that Tennessee license will transfer. But as far as getting your birth certificate, you can go online and get that. I think they still do that. I think it may have gone up. I think when I did it, it was $45 or something.
Judge,
I only did that because I like to hold on to the original. So are they asking you for a birth certificate at the,
They're asking me for a birth certificate and to show proof that I paid the court fee and that for 1 day. When they suspended the license about 4 years ago, I would go to court to show proof of insurance that I would reason why I told them that. I went to court to show proof of insurance, so I have to pay a fine to get my license reinstated, but I never paid that fine. So there's a fine for that, and then I didn't know my license.
let me just tell you, well, let me finish sentencing you, then we're going to address that. So did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Now, with regards to your license from Tennessee, I don't know if that shows up suspended or not. Now, I do know they've changed where you can get your driver's license. You have to have some kind of star or something on your license. I don't know if that's for
The real ID.
every state or just southern states, but it would seem to me if you have the star on your license from Tennessee, you'll be able to take that as opposed to a birth certificate. Or do they ask for birth certificates now for?
Either birth certificate or US passport. That's what I explained to him. First thing he needs to do is he needs to get his birth certificate and then go down to the DMV and they'll tell him exactly what the requirements he needs. And if he has to pay the outstanding citation in Nashville, then that's what he needs to do. But I would start there with your birth certificate and then go to the DMV and see what other requirements they need.
You know what else I would do? We can go off the record. This is what I would do. You're a reservist. I would contact whoever has the veterans in Tennessee, their veterans treatment court there, and tell them you need some help getting your license in Texas. Or either contact the veterans treatment people here, and they'll tell you specifically where you need to go to get your birth certificate, probably sooner. So if you want to talk to Herman, he would probably be able to give him the resources and direct him specifically where he needs to go. All right, you're welcome. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 5668 State versus Richard Rodriguez. Could I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
For the defense?
Roger Bettis, Your Honor.
And are you Richard Renee Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are you the same Richard Rodriguez III who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 5668 for the offense of assault family second offense on June 20th, 2024 for a period of 6 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Richard Rodriguez III, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of December of 2024, February, March, and April of 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead, true or not true?
And violation of condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Richard Rodriguez III, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December of 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
And we waive and abandon the remainders, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objections.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to 4 and 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty,
Yes.
and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 4 and 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there, then the court will find 4 and 4 true Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. It's for the court to grant the state's motion, enter an adjudication of guilt against the defendant, revoke his community supervision, sentence him to 6 years in the prison, and the state will take into consideration cause number 2026 PF 15658.
And that's actually not the agreed term, but
Oh.
the concept is what the DA would prefer, and the probation also has a suggestion.
All right.
So if I may, this is Mr. Rodriguez's first MTR. He's on deferred. He hadn't had any contact with the victim at all since the date of this particular offense. In the year of 2024, when he's placed on deferred, he was doing well. He went to the lifetime inpatient program. He completed that successfully. He's completed the outpatient program successfully. In 2025, he then ran into some financial difficulties. He's been living stable since 2026 at this Christian ministry home. In 2025, he was a little bit sporadic and short of money, so that's why he didn't get into the BIT program and failed to report. But he was working at Denny's in 2025. And then in 2026, he's also obtained employment late 25 and 26 in Long John Silver's. He is the father of 3 kids. He is involved in their life. The reason for this was he had a vape pen in him when he was caught jaywalking, and that's why he's here today. He hadn't had any alcohol since the date of this offense, which was partially the reason for us beginning this process in the criminal justice system. The probation office is requesting or suggesting that he would benefit from substance abuse treatment, and the SATF program would be a good one. And so we also think that would be a good idea, or maybe a relapse program lifetime, or if
Why is he not reporting? Like, it's easy to pick up the phone and call somebody, or is he saying he didn't have a phone during that time period, or like, why didn't he report? That, I mean, that's the easiest thing to do.
Right, ma'am.
You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. So you've been missing, so why didn't you report?
Honestly, ma'am, I put some expectations on myself. Miss Carrie Brown, she was telling me that I had to get my battery prevention classes done. I know that I didn't have them done. I just started getting anxiety, have some fear of just going and not having my stuff done, and I just didn't end up going. And I accepted, and completely sorry. I'm not asking for mercy and grace today, if I can have that.
But I mean, here's the problem. You've been missing for a long time. And based upon, and correct me if I'm wrong, counsel, the only reason you're before me is because you had a vape pen, so you got arrested. And that's how you ended up before me. Otherwise, we still wouldn't have seen you.
But I was going to turn myself in eventually. I was talking to a lawyer with my pastor, and I was going to eventually turn myself in. Unfortunately, this is how it happened. I don't know if it was divine intervention or what, but it definitely did humble me. Being in Barry County is very, very tough. And I'm missing my children. My 12-year-old son wants to commit suicide, and it's because I have lived a life of being a drug addict. I did methamphetamine for 13 years. I've been clean for 2.5 years since the last offense. I've been clean from alcohol, and then I had a small hiccup of a dad pen, and just trying to incorporate life with the ministry and with my family. It is very, very hard, man. It's very, very hard, especially growing up in a household where drugs were, I was used to it, you know, and it was just regular. First time I did cocaine was I was 9 years old, you know, so I do definitely need help, and Lifetime did definitely help me out, and I did.
But isn't one thing about Lifetime and being there, it's like accepting responsibility and making amends. And part of accepting responsibility is reporting.
Right now, I know that the law has no mercy, but I'm asking you in the name of Jesus, because.
All right, so here's the thing. Don't put Jesus on me. Here's the thing about that, and this is what I'm going to tell you. The law, there's supposed to be a separation of church and state, right? So you're saying, hey, on Jesus, I need you to do A, B, and C. I'm not allowed to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Even though I'm a Baptist, guess what? When I'm on the bench, I'm not supposed to be a Baptist. On the bench, I'm just looking at the law and trying to make decisions that will protect the community if I continue somebody and rehabilitate. That's it.
I'm pleading with you. I'm just pleading.
Okay.
Forgive me.
Any questions?
Can I see the court?
We would just ask if in the alternative, it could be a same, a term that is a lot less than what is available to the court.
Okay. Mr. Rodriguez, so when you were placed on probation, you had provided, or I guess, were you working at Denny's before you were placed on probation or?
And I still had to look for a job.
Okay. And so the Denny's that you, okay. And so this 1125 South Zamora address, is that where you were living before you were placed on probation or after?
After I was placed on probation.
Okay. And so you were placed on probation and then that was in 2024 and you reported from, I guess, June of 2024 until December of 2024. Does that sound about right to you?
Yes.
Okay. And regarding lifetime recovery, did you do inpatient or outpatient?
I did both.
You did both?
Inpatient and then outpatient. Whenever I got out, I did 3 months.
Oh, okay.
This one.
And so you stated, I guess, once you left, when did you get out of lifetime recovery? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Was it closer to that December mark or closer to when you were placed on probation?
Sometime in 2024.
Okay. But do you remember, was it like June, July of 2024 or like November, December 2020?
I can't remember what's like that. It was whenever I was discharged, then I went over there, did inpatient for
Okay.
45 days. And then I got out and I did 3 months outpatient.
Okay. And then after that, then that's where you have the issues reporting. Is that correct?
No, ma'am, I was actually reporting after I got out.
After you got out, for
Yeah.
how long?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. And then I guess as part of the terms of your probation, you were supposed to be having UAs. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you did report for 2 UAs. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that would have been after you got out of lifetime recovery, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you non-report in December. And so you stated to the court that you had been sober for how long?
From what? From alcohol? From my last mishap.
Okay, so when you were placed on probation, are you saying that that's the last time that you had consumed alcohol?
No, ma'am. Whenever I got arrested, that for the charge,
Uh-huh.
that was the last time.
Okay,
Yeah, because before prior to that, I was sober for 4 months
okay,
before any mishaps, and then I drank, and that's what happened.
okay.
Yeah.
But then, so you're saying that you were just sober from alcohol, not from THC or marijuana. Is that correct?
No, ma'am. I was sober from all of that. Yeah, but alcohol is the main problem that I had with myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess my question to you is that if you, or I don't know if I'm misunderstanding you, but if you're sober, then why are you having THC pens in your pocket?
Right. That just barely happened right before I had crossed the street and jaywalking. Yeah.
Okay, so are you saying that you relapsed or?
Yeah, I relapsed.
Okay, so you
And
had,
from a dad from something from a smoke shop. I'm not trying to justify it.
okay, but it's a dab, that's marijuana, right? Everyone knows that, right? Illegal, right?
Well, yes.
And especially when you're on probation, you're not supposed to be consuming illegal substances, correct? Okay. We pass the witness, Your Honor.
Any further
We
questions?
just asked that if you could consider, within the range on the lower end, if you decide to move in that direction.
All right. I just don't think you're appropriate to be continued. I mean, you've been missing for a very long time. And the only reason why you're in front of me now is because you were arrested. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Believe it or not, I was going to turn myself in eventually. Because I know it was just a matter of time before I get caught up.
Let me just tell you, anytime you know there are motions to revoke out there, you can't like ignore the problem, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is finding 4 and 4 true. The court is going to grant the motion, revoke, find you guilty. And what is his prior criminal history? Does anyone know?
Judge, if you give me one.
The court is taking in consideration 2026 PF 15658. There's an affirmative finding of family, and I previously ordered no unsupervised contact with minor.
Judge, so just regarding this mystery visa to have misdemeanor, assault, family violence, and terroristic.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled, and I'll request the therapeutic community? And he will receive credit for any time served for successful inpatient treatment. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question on that, you need to speak to the attorney. Do you understand? All right, thank you.
Thank you.